battle fatigues and blend with the trees, committing penalties. You ain't assembled with me. We the 300, a villain superhero, Angel Hall like De Niro, cigars like Puro. Celebrate the hating that we get, cause it's like that. Despite that, dislike that. You can put the pipe back, you jaded crack baby from the 80s, cause you tripping. Time keep on slipping, but I'ma keep on lifting all my people out of poverty with missions and assignments. 11-11 tatted, cause I stay in the alignment. I'm bringing all the smoke till you choke, cause I'm on one. I'm not done, I fear no man, do not run. The shit that you got is all the shit that I had. I've been up, now I'm on my landing pad like SpaceX.
This is crunch time right now. This is the time of year where we got Super Bowl about to hit. In Phoenix, we've got Waste Management, which is one of the biggest golf tournaments in the world. People from all over the world are coming to this golf tournament. We've got a lot about to start going on in Vegas right before spring break and everything's going to happen. And yet Uber and Lyft are licking their chops, looking at all of our communities like, man, look at all this money we're about to get. Look at all these drivers out there we got on deck right now. We can pay them $16 while we charging riders $100. Look at all this money we got. We got to stop letting these apps look at our communities, licking their chops, thinking that we're just a bunch of pigeons out there tooling around for them. We got to start talking to these riders. This morning, starting last night, we started with our private rides last night. We had a big group of 14 came in town. So we started with them last night from the airport. We've been working with them since last night through today. Still got to work with them later today, then tomorrow, all the way up till Saturday. And I tell everybody, you've got to be your own marketing, your own advertising, your own customer service, your own reaching out and just putting your feelers out to talk to people. You got to do this all on your own. You're not paying Uber and Lyft to do this, which is why we make the money we make. I mean, last night we set our own rates coming from the airport. Today we had to set our own rates, but we always use Uber and Lyft as a good measure. We don't want to overcharge people, but we don't want to undercharge people. We always look and see what are the market rates going for how much these rides cost. This is where driver pay comes into play because Uber knows the market rate of what these rides are. Lyft knows the market rate of what somebody is willing to pay for this ride. What you have to determine is how much are you worth? What's your market rate? My market rate is somewhere around what Uber and Lyft would charge. If Uber's going to charge 117, I charge about 100. That's the market rate for what I'd get. I get 100. So the person would save money and I'd make money. What Uber and Lyft are doing is saying the market rate is 117 and we're going to pay the driver $34. We're going to pay the driver $41 out of the 117. That's not a good market rate. So if you're not out there determining what the market rate is by looking through the apps to see what are these charges, sometimes you can see a ride that's like, let's say it's $100 on black SUV. It's probably about $30 on basic X. But out of that $30 out of basic X, you're going to get $15 out of that. I'm going to make 100 because I'm going to do my own private ride, and you're going to get 15 because you're going to leave it on the app. You might as well just charge $30. If you got a basic Uber X car, just charge 30. The person might turn around and give you 50. He might say, man, I'm glad hey, here's 50. So you went from $15 to $50 because you decided to make it a private ride. Even though I get 100 for the black SUV, it's fine. You can still do these rides in basic cars. I've done it for years in basic cars. You got to just determine how much are you worth. Don't let these apps determine how much you're worth because they're telling you, to us, this is what you're worth, $15. Jamil, Luke, and I, all three of us have been working with these clients since last night. A group of 14, we've been working with them since last night. We're pretty paid well, even up till now. We're paid well. And I mean, I would say what the amounts are, but I don't want to jade people. I'm having a hard time starting to say how much we got paid for certain things online because it's jading the people who don't have black SUVs. They're feeling little. And I don't want you to feel little. I want you to grow. I want you to expand. I don't want you to think, well, man, they're making $100, $150 per ride. We can't do that. I don't want you to feel little. I want you to realize I started in the Jeep. I started in the Beamer. I was doing $25 rides, $15 rides, 20. And even you guys knew I was doing $15, $20 rides. Every morning, I would take this lady to work for $15 or $20 every single morning. So it wasn't always black SUV with me. My goal is not to make somebody feel so little that they don't even want to try to go out and create private clients. I would have $15, $20 private clients. I ended up using that money to parlay into getting a bigger vehicle. Now I got $150, $200, $360 clients, $360, $400 clients. And I'm sitting there like, I used to be that $15 client, that 30. You've got to expand at some point. It took me a couple of years to get here, but I started. I didn't sit around waiting to one day go from driving on Uber to the very next day, $400 clients. I didn't do it like that. I slowly grew my client base. I slowly started talking to riders in my region, in my neighborhood. The lady around the corner, taking her to work every day. That was when I every morning, wake up. She get me up, I do her ride. I jump on the apps to see what other rides I can do. Got a couple of private rides out of doing that before. But if you don't start someday, these apps are going to always determine how much you're worth. And you don't want that. You don't want them to determine how much you're worth. They're already determining how much these rides are worth. And then they're saying, well, hell, if I can sell this ride for 117 and I can get Jeff to do this for $36, shit, that's like an $80 flip right there. We can make $80 off this dude. I don't want that to happen. So I say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to work with your group. This is how we're going to do it. And we use Jamil as the point man. We don't have all 14 people calling all these different drivers. They call one driver. They call Jamil. That's it. And when Jamil wants to fill the information to us, he fills it out to us. Hey, guys, this is the time we need to be there. This is where they need to go. You know, dressed like this. Like today, I'm pretty dressed up. I mean, I'll show you how I'm dressed today because we've been driving all day. I mean, so as you can see, this is how we dress when we're out doing private rides. This is what we look like. So we got to go out. You got to get your slacks on, get your shirt on. You got to cruise around for a while. But this is what we do. This is how we make the money. So I don't want anybody to feel jaded like you can't do this. Anybody can do it. What you've got to do is just believe in yourself enough to say, you know what? Today is the day I crawl out of my shell and I say, listen, Uber's only paying me $11 for this ride. Guaranteed the rider goes, 11? Bro, we pay like $41 for this ride, man. I'm getting 11. Tell you what, I'll cancel it and I'll do it for $25, man. I'll save you some money and say, you know what? I'll just give you the whole 40. A lot of riders do that. I'll just give you the whole 40 because they want to leave that money in our community. When we host events, when we host, concerts, when we host games, they want to leave that money in our community. That money's not staying with us if Uber and Lyft is charging these people all of that money and then taking the money out of our community, leaving us even more broke than the people that they just ripped off. So that's my message today to you. It's not a real critical message where, we're in dire straits, but you got to start plotting. You got to start planning. You got to start looking for a way how to get this money, parlay it into something else you're doing, whether it's rideshare, buying another vehicle, or whether it's something else you're doing to generate another stream of income. You need more money. You can't sit around all day expecting these apps to pay you out. They're not going to pay you out. They're not going to give you surge $3 for this ride. That means if it's surging, the person is paying a lot. The rider is paying a lot for the surge pricing. If it's a $3 surge for you, oh, trust me, they probably paid an extra $12, $13 on top of what they normally pay. You're only getting $3 out of it. And Lyft is taking $9 out of it. It's, oh, yeah, we jacked this price up. Same thing with rides, with stops. When you see people taking a stop, oh, man, we paid $24 more. But yet you only went up $4 to $6. That's it. They got $18 out of it because they call it the fees. The fees that you're being charged as a driver to drive on their platform. What it's costing you is way too much to drive on a platform to take somebody from point A to point B. That costs, you're already paying for gas. You're paying for depreciation on your car. You're paying opportunity cost. And now you got to pay platform fees. This is getting way too expensive for a driver to operate the way they want us to operate. So we got to do things different. And that's why the barbecue is run the way it's run. And I'm going to close this video by saying, all you drivers that are coming on packs, we need to really do this for Arizona. But not only for Arizona, we need to show other states that it can be done. If we do this right in Arizona, if we can get these people to believe that we drivers who support and we take care of our community, if you take care of us, if we get them to believe that and understand that, this could spread to other cities. My channel is on front lines. My face is on the front line. My vehicles are on front lines. These apps see who I am. They know who I am. And I'm willing to take this chance to build just to show you guys what an independent contractor is. I'm willing to take a chance on being deactivated, on being throttled, on being shadow banned. I'm willing to put myself on the front lines. A lot of channels ain't, oh no, I ain't saying nothing bad. I'm on front lines. When I say I'm going to battle for y'all, I'm on front lines. So when you guys come start driving for packs, remember you on front line because there's things we got to show people. How we can get private clients, how we can get clients to book for us outside of the Uber and app Lyft without charging them extraordinary fees just to book for us. If you book with me on PAX, you're not paying all these booking fees. You're not paying, oh, it's $24 to book and $27 to book, $41 to book. You ain't paying all of that. It's a flat rate. Once you start seeing how it works with flat rates and you kick that app out of the way and you see all these exorbitant fees that they've been charging that's just ripping off our communities, other people are going to say, oh man, we need that in our city. We can retain the money and the revenues in our city. That's why we doing this. And PAX saw it. And PAX wants to join the barbecue. PAX wants to join the revolution. And once we go out there and they see how we're doing this, PAX sees, man, these drivers are really out there getting it. They will be eager to start this in another city. Trust me. I'm working on it. I'm looking at loopholes. We're going to try to get this started in another city because I believe drivers, y'all deserve to keep that money in the community somehow. Y'all are the safeguards of all of this money leaving our communities. So we need to fight for the people in our communities.
Y'all acting like some buzzards, deactivated from lyft. I was, but I wasn't for years. Easy does it, do it easy cause I love it. Rub it in they face, praise to God, be above it. Get a shovel and I shove it down they throat. I'm the GOAT, all the rides that I poach and all the drivers that I coach. Make them scatter like a roach with the lights on. And we gone, what we on, you peons. Been doing this for eons, you hedons, heathens. Speed on, keep reading. The comments from the most honest contractors is breeding. These champions, we winning while we grinning as the wheels keep spinning. Fog lights is dimming in a driveway for high pay, for highway on my way. Reminiscing with Nipsey on Spotify while I play the game like it's supposed to be played, supposed to stay paid. Y'all steady staying posting afraid of dragons I slayed. Judge.